had two elderly aunts that died in San Antonio in the last 2 years, and they owned that property from the time they were children till their death. One of them was 102 and the other was 100.
As a child, it's where Henry Miller learned to appreciate the easy pace of country living.
When you're talking about forever, you're talking about a long, long time.
As an adult, it's where he learned the hard facts of the big city deal. This second lesson involved his aunt and an offer from a utility company.
She was paid in the neighborhood of $3,000 to put this power line up here forever.
Now, more than 2 decades later, and it's Miller's turn to face the same question. Problem is, he says, his answer may be irrelevant.
They can make me an offer, and I can refuse it if I wish. But they have the power of the government behind them, and they can condemn this land, and they can take it, whether I like it or not.
It's called the right of eminent domain, and no one seems to be sure just how many times it's been used. The latest example will likely come from this 50-mile stretch of land between Fannin and Pawnee. That's where the utility company Central Power and Light wants to plant hundreds of towers measuring 120 feet each.
Not many people would want to have a structure on their land if they had their choices. I think most people would admit that electricity is a necessity nowadays rather than a luxury.
And the state of Texas seems to agree without reservation. In fact, no records are even kept on how many landowners have had their property seized in the past. But now Henry Miller is trying to even up the odds just a little bit. You see, he's been taking out ads in the local paper urging other landowners to join him in telling the power company to take their lines someplace else.
I really don't know how it's going to wind up. You see a lot of power lines running up and down, so they must get their way an awful lot.
But Miller says the change doesn't have to come right away. In the country, there's always time. With photographer Mike Humphreys, I'm David Hebert, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.